And that was the day, that was the summer jam where Wu-Tang got banned from Hot 97 from
Oh
that
shit.
because they like cursed everybody out.
Doesn't sound like them at all.
They were like, Hot 97.
So what were those days like? What was an average day for you doing Wu-Tang around then?
So the average day once I started working there for Divine was get up, go to the office, always the first one there. So I would get there. We were supposed to be there at 10. So I always got there like a little bit before 10. Literally nobody would come to work for hours. I would be like there by myself, answering the phones, doing whatever had to be done, taking everybody's calls, connecting things, typing up emails. We had fax machines then.
Of course.
Yeah, I was always faxing things out.
Was it still the roll fax or was it the paper by then?
I think it was still, we had both. I think we graduated to the paper during that time.
Nah, I always remember getting the
Yes.
the Source magazine fax when they sent that out when everybody walked out.
And
the
it was
first
like
My
a
Squad.
roll.
It's like
Yeah.
a scroll. You're like opening the shit up like that.
But it was a really fun job. It was on 99 University Place. And so it was like the guys' second home. So somebody would be there every day. Like no matter what, the guys were always coming through. It was like family in that office. And a lot of their family did work there too. So it'd be like, this cousin works here, this cousin's doing this. So it was a really cool first job to have. I remember my friends from college being jealous.
I'm sure.
Like, you have the coolest job. I hate my job.
I'm sure. Was that when Loud was still on Broadway, like around the corner from there?
I think it was Loud on Fifth Avenue.
No, they were on Broadway. Then they went to Lexington.
Or maybe it was Lexington.
Okay, because I know
I
their
think
first
it was
office
it
was like
on
Broadway.
Lexington.
Well, no, the first office was in RCA, then it was Broadway, then it was, I think, Lex. It was next to Vibe.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I don't know why I felt like it was on Fifth Avenue, but yes, that's when.
No, it was definitely, because I remember the addresses. It was 215 and 205. I forget who was who.
I just remember Steve Rifkin had all the security to even get in the, yeah.
Always. I mean, everybody was trying to see him. Everybody had beef with him. And so I'm sure you ended up doing more than just being an assistant.
Yes. So basically, I learned a lot from that job, though, which I was grateful for because they for sure gave me a lot of responsibility. As a young 21-year-old, coming out of college, it was nice because Divine wasn't in the office that frequently, and the guys were on tour. So I did get to go to like some of the tour dates. I remember for a period of time, Divine wanted me to also go in the studio and do like, they had reels at that time.
Okay.
So he wanted me, I was like, look, I can't be here in the morning and be in the studio at night. Like I got, a life.
I had to get my beauty sleep.
And also I never was big on being in the studio. Some people love being in the studio. That wasn't really like my passion. I liked actually being in the office. And so, yeah, I learned how to do a lot. Like I dealt with payroll, I dealt with attorneys. I mean, I literally was dealing with the CEOs of record labels at that time. And so I remember having to talk to Ron Sweeney, having to talk obviously to Steve Rifkin, Sylvia Rohn, like all, because the guys were all on different labels.
Yep.
At that time I met Leora Cohen, that's when I met Bimmy, Kevin Lyles, like all of those people just from working in this one office because everybody was someplace different.
Dope. Which gave you a lot of relationships you still
It
have
did,
to
yes.
this day, right? But how was like the respect factor, you being a female plus you being so young? Everybody treated you good because you was coming from Wu-Tang, or was it still tough?
I think it was, you know what, I will say I don't have any horror stories about that.
Okay.
It was cool because I was always used to being around a lot of guys. I'm a younger sister. Like I said, I was a real tomboy growing up.
Yep.
And so it was never really an issue. Divine was also really protective of me.
Yeah.
Like if he felt like anybody was talking to me crazy, the only person who would talk crazy sometimes was ODB, but that's just how he talks.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah, like literally.
It's rare anybody could control him.
But he was cool. He was a funny person.
Yep.
And Divine would be like, Dirty, leave her alone.
Yeah.
But other than that, everybody was really respectful. And so I'm appreciative of that. Like they were honestly really good to me. I never had any beef with any of them. If anything, they always looked out. If I was out with them, they wouldn't even let guys talk to me. It was like, nah, you ain't going.
So you was a little sis.
Yeah, they was not letting anything happen. So I felt really protected.
That's dope.
And it's interesting because when I first took that job, I was a little nervous to be working with guys.
Yep.
But they were the exact opposite of what you would think. It's like the more corporate guys that I think are worse in some ways.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I expect Dirty was the expected one. I was trying to see if somebody else was giving you problems.
No, they were good. Divine was great. RZA was great. I just saw RZA the other day. Honestly, like it was really an amazing first job just from the networking I got. And my best friend Santi, she was working at Epic. And I remember her being like, because I actually had an opportunity to work at Sony, and she was like, take the job at Wu-Tang. She was like, if you come to Sony, they're gonna be like not wanting you to do anything. You're gonna be answering the phone, and that's it. Because people are she was like, people here are very threatened by somebody else coming in. They think everybody wants their job. She was like, you'll have a lot more freedom over there.
And like you said, they was working with so many different labels, so the exposure you got to get and those relationships you got to build was
priceless. I
priceless.
learned all about endorsements. I remember Mountain Dew was sponsoring their tour, and so they got a nice check from that. I just remember watching all of those things and like figuring out how it worked. You know, they had a production company, like the back of my business card, it was like Wu-Tang Productions, Wu-Tang Publishing, Wu-Tang Management, Wu-Wear. It was so many different companies, Razor Sharp Records. It was just all these different things. So it kind of helped me also understand the different streams of income that somebody has coming in, you know, from not just having a label deal, but it's also publishing. You know, it's also signing other artists. It's also, you know, just a lot of different things. The clothing line, because I think Wu-Wear was super early on too. And when they had the store, and everybody wanted that Wu-Wear clothing.
Yeah, and he's a beast. Sure. So how long were you there, and then what was the next thing after that?
So I was there, so like I said, I interned there, then I worked there after school and after I graduated from college. Then my next job was working for D'Angelo, and that was a Fred Jordan hookup.
Okay.
So Fred was like, Ange, we got to get you like in a different space. You know, my boy is starting his label with D'Angelo on the label. It's called Chiba Sounds. He was like, you know, they want to hire you as the general manager. And I was really young. I was, you know, in my early 20s. To be the general manager at a label just sounded amazing to me. And it was D'Angelo. D'Angelo coming off after Brown Sugar, you know, getting ready for his next album. People were excited about him. And so I left, and I felt so bad quitting. I remember going to talk to Divine, and he was like, you're doing a great job. And I was like, well, I'm gonna have to do that somewhere else. And I was sad to leave. And, you know, I still think sometimes that was not the best decision. I did it for financial reasons because they paid me a lot more at that time. But, you know, it was like the worst job.